Thank you very much, Ambassador. That was too kind. There was nothing, though, more humbling in my life than the first day arriving in Dominica after the hurricane. And so when one has that perspective, almost nothing really matters. Protocol having been established, it is sometimes said that when the going gets tough, the tough get going. And Dominicans have revealed themselves to be tough. The Climate Resilient Execution Agency of Dominica is just one of a number of initiatives the government has launched. And today we can mark the fact that it is getting to go after long preparation. Lots of people have been involved in that preparation. Ambassador Lambert, Honourable Minister Barron, His Excellency Cabinet Secretary Farrell, Financial Secretary Edwards, PS Gloria Joseph, a whole team of Dominicans have been behind the establishment of CREAD. The Honourable Minister talked about the fact that true strategy is about choices. And of course, deciding that you will be the first climate resilient nation in the world is not an easy choice. And I know that when you made that choice, it's not a lightly made choice. There was a recognition that there are things one has to give up if that is what you want. And so we need to think very carefully about the path to being the climate resilient nation and the first climate resilient nation. We know that there are tough choices. But what do we mean by climate resiliency? What is a resilient system? In engineering, in economics, when we talk about resilient systems, we talk about the ability of the system to absorb shocks. So how do we make our society, how do we create absorptive capacity to deal with shocks? Physical absorptive capacity, but also human absorptive capacity, livelihoods absorptive capacity, employment absorptive capacity, emotional absorptive capacity. How do we achieve these things? And I think to answer this question, we have been doing a lot of thinking about it here in Dominica, but we've also been speaking to a number of experts. This is not a well-trodden path. There is no other nation that can declare they are a climate resilient nation today. And so it isn't like we can pick up a blueprint off the top shelf and say, this is what we want to do. It's not like we can look at our previous plans and say, oh, we'll just do more of that. We actually are going to craft an entirely new plan that has not previously been pursued. And so we need to learn and listen from experts and others and ourselves and our own history. And we have a great panel today to talk about some of these issues. They come from different perspectives. They're all people that we know of and have been listening and learning from. And I want to kick off with Al Binger, who is Secretary General of SIDSTOC. And I want to ask him the question, in fact, I'm probably going to ask all the panelists this as we kick off, to imagine that you have got into H.G. Wells's time machine, and you've come out of the time machine, it's maybe 20 years from now, 15 years from now, and you've arrived back in Dominica 15 years from now, and Dominica is a climate resilient nation. Dominica has succeeded. What does it look like? What can you see that tells you that it is a climate resilient nation? What do you see and what do you not see? So Al Binger, what is your vision of a climate resilient nation and the things we might see and might not see?